And we are getting word that that jury has come down with a verdict. Right now, you're getting a live look in court of Alex Murdaugh. Now, we have learned that that jury, after a few hours of deliberations, we have learned that a jury has come back just in the past 15 to 20 minutes, that they have come back with a verdict. Now, he could be found guilty. He could be found innocent. Let's take a listen from the judge right now.
If you will pass it up to the clerk, who will pass it to me. And you may be seated. The defendant will rise. Madam Clerk, you may publish the verdict, starting with the back, not with the, let's see, I'll tell you again. Starting with the back, flipping them over one by one.
Docket number 2022 GS 15-00592, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, in the Court of General Sessions in the term of 2022, July, the State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant, indictment for murder, SC Code 16-3-0010, CDR Code 0116. Okay. Guilty verdict. Signed by the forelady, 3-2-23. Docket number 2022-GS-15-00593, the State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, in the Court of General Sessions, the July term of 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant. Indictment for murder, SC Code 16-3-0010, CDR Code 0116. Verdict, guilty. Signed by the forelady. Date 3-2-23. Docket number 2022-GS15-00595. The State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, Court of General Sessions, July term 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant. Indictment for possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. SC Code -16-23-0490. CDR Code 0549. Verdict, guilty. Signed by the foreperson of the jury. Date 3-2-23. Docket number 2022 GS-15-00594. The State of South Carolina, County of Colleton, Court of General Sessions, July term 2022. The State versus Richard Alexander Murdaugh, defendant. Indictment for possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. SC Code 16-23-0490. CDR Code 0549. Verdict, guilty. Signed by the foreperson of the jury, 3-2-23.
Thank you. Madam Forelady and members of the jury, if that is the verdict of each and every juror, please let it be known by raising your right hands. All right, thank you. Any individual polling requested? We do, Your Honor. Madam Clerk, you'll need to individually poll.
And you just saw Alex Murdaugh guilty of not only the death of his wife, but also his youngest son in June of 2021. He was found guilty of killing them both with 2 different weapons on their house property in South Carolina. Now, this is a trial that we've been following for weeks. This trial has had some ups and downs. At one point, Alex Murdaugh had testified on the stand about his drug addiction, that he admitted to lying to police about multiple things, including that he stole a lot of money from his coworkers at his law firm. This has been a trial that we have been following, and we will continue to follow. This has just come out in the last couple of minutes that if you're just tuning in now, Alex Murdaugh has been found guilty of 4 different charges. He has been found guilty of the death of his wife as well as his youngest son. Now, during this trial, we heard testimony from his previous coworkers. We heard testimony as well from his surviving son, his eldest son, as well as other people involved in Alex Murdaugh's life. Now, as that verdict came down, we kind of watched Alex Murdaugh. He was very stoic. He didn't really have much of a reaction. In the trial, they talked about how Alex Murdaugh, you can actually see that live look on your screen right now. They said at times he became emotional even in his own court, as he was a South Carolina lawyer. But as you can see right now, there's really not much emotion on his face as that woman read the verdict of that jury.